Hi anyone, I'm Luppi and we're playing some more Super Mario Mario Minecraft. I'm sorry. I'm still very much a Super Mario kind of boy, I guess. How are you guys this week? Luppy's in a pickle, I would say. Did not get as much done as I needed to this week, so, I can hope to do more in the upcoming week. But, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work out either. We can dream, we can hope, but I think at the end of the day, all I'm gonna end up doing is moping. Unfortunately. So hopefully your week is going better. Hopefully you're getting a lot of stuff done, having a lot of fun, living life to the fullest, you know? That being said, it's not like I'm not having a good time. It's just things aren't going as quick as they need to, so that's starting to become a drag. That's starting to become a bit of a drag. It'll be fine at some point. Okay, and I think honestly, yeah, that's probably fine for a thing, right? That's fine. Okay, we ran out of that's fair. That's fair, right? That's fair. So we got our little border bit done. Do I want to do more like that? I think that's how I want to do it. Fill in this with some of that. I forget which woods we got. I think this is like, what is it? Birch? Is it? Because spruce is this, right? This is spruce. That's the oak. Oak. Okay. You know, spruce, oak, birch. I don't remember. But yeah, the art project stuff is going okay. I wish it was going a little bit faster, but you know, it's fine. It's okay. Honestly, should we be doing... There's a part of me that's like, I don't know. And then at what point... That is a great question. Honestly, can I get some steps? Do we have... We do have steps. Good. That's also going to be kind of my question is... How... It doesn't really take that much to get up here, so that's cool. And then there we go. We're almost at the top of this thing. So I feel like this will be where we need to get more spruce up here. Okay. That'll be that, that'll be that, that'll be that, and that'll be that. Okay. Because what we're going to do is... Nope. One more down. Probably. And then we will have the oak go across like this. And then we'll just have to remember... Oh wait, what am I... Okay, we've fallen. A bit distracted here, a bit silly. Okay. Just have to remember where'd we put our... Here. Okay. And I feel like at this point, we really can't screw this up. I say. You never know. We can. It's possible. It's definitely a possible thing. But I like believing in myself. I think I can do it. I think I can pull stuff off. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we can do it. Sometimes if I could just stop falling down this hole. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I fall for it. It's fine. It is what it is. Yeah, there should be a lower deck kind of thing. There we go. I think it's fine either way, right? Or maybe it's... I don't know. I think it's fine either way. We'll fill it in. With more spruce. Okay. But yeah, the art show stuff is taking longer than I thought it would. And I don't have any sculptures completed at this point, which is bad. It's not ideal. I've still got a little over a week, so it's not like I'm doomed or anything. But, you know, it's not ideal. We still gotta paint a lot of stuff and maybe finish. I don't know. Sometimes with sculptures you do, sometimes you don't. Kind of my rule of thumb, if I need to like put a clear coat or any sort of finish on it, is if it's something that I was planning on doing, then it's a definite must. Or if it's something where it's going to have to survive like weather or other kinds of elements, then you probably want to. And then what else? What else is a reason? Also, if you're painting it and the paint you use is, personally to me, if it's tacky, that's kind of my reason to use a clear coat. I don't know. I use a lot of acrylic paints. Sometimes certain brands are fine, certain brands aren't. Sometimes it depends on the material you're painting on. So that's kind of the thing. I kind of just go by feel. If it feels good, it's fine. And if it doesn't feel good, then it's not okay. That's kind of always been the way I do things, I guess. Okay. So, is that... Nope. Silly me. I don't know if I like this or not. Like, on one hand, I kind of do like that. But I don't know. Seems a bit too square, personally. It's not like pulling it out more would change that, I feel. And I also don't like how that's not, like, even or anything, you know? Although there is a part of me that's like, we could do something like this, I suppose. And while that isn't square as well, we can at least extend the deck a little bit. Or I'm calling it a deck. It's the thing. It's the thingity thing. You know what I'm talking about. And we could do a thing where we have two separate doors that lead to the same place. How's that look? I feel like it's fine. I guess I don't really... I don't know, man. I know I said I didn't like how square it was, but at the same time, I don't like how unsquare that was. So, I'm being me. Bit of a silly Billy. Bit of a nitpicker. never really happy with my own work, I guess. Which isn't a good place to be as a human being, as an artist. You gotta learn to live and embrace what you're doing a little bit, you know? Gotta learn to love your own work. And that's not to say you should be complacent and you should just never try to improve, but there's a difference between having a drive in the eye to improve and just beating yourself up pointlessly. Like, those are very different places. Okay. Although I kind of feel like we should probably have the... Oop, didn't want to do that one. It's fine. Like, at least a little bit, right? And then where were we? About here? Then we'll do that one, and then fill in these. And honestly, if I'm being honest, second layer should probably extend a bit more. Maybe about there? I'm gonna feel really upset if I accidentally fall off. Like, I think that would not be a very fun experience. I mean, it would be interesting, it'd be neat. Viewing-wise, I suppose, but it wouldn't be very fun for me. This also I think that's a solid one, so that's beautiful. At this point, what I want to do is, instead of that, do that. Okay. Alright, not ideal, but you know, it's a thing. And I'm okay. We are looking down. Cool. Beautiful. We did a thing. And I don't feel like we've made it look like the ship's actually rising slowly. Like, I feel like this is still a pretty uneven rise in elevation. I don't know. I guess it's just a bit of a big ship. So it's really hard to get it. 1, 2, 3, is that? Yeah. Okay. Ideally, you know? There's only really so much... There's only so much higher we can make this thing, I guess. At this point... And maybe that's what we need to do, actually. Maybe it's just, it's less, how much we raise it up, but it's where we raise it up. Okay. Alright. And then, boop. And can we, boop, there we go. And that looks kind of, from here, that looks really, really dumb. But, and that is a necessary part, though. Okay. Appearance-wise. Fun. Okay, I kind of want to see how it looks. At the same time, I'm realizing we no longer have easy access to our Little friendly water bucket. So we gotta get our bucket. And then see if we can't. Oh, we got more spruce. That's the good thing. We got a lot of it. And then, you know, honestly, I think this one should be entirely. Where's our? Do we have an axe? We have a diamond sword. We do not have an axe. We have a diamond sword. Okay. Looks like we're punching this stuff just the way it is. That's fair. That's fine. Actually, don't we have axes in the... We have pickaxes. Okay. Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fine. It's not like my spirit is deflating completely. Someday we'll fill in that map. Maybe once we're done punching all this wood. And I can stop internally screaming for a little bit. Maybe at some point. I don't know. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time. Like the sculptures I'm making, they have because they're just cups covered in clay, the interiors are taking longer to dry than I thought they would. So even ones I did at the start of the week, or like last week, are still kind of like not fully dry, and that's kind of problematic. I think what I'm going to do is maybe if we have a sunny day at any point, just leave them outside and let the sun do its work. But I still have to add legs to a few of them and still have to finalize a few more. Or I say finalize, coat and get a few more ready to go. Oh, I keep falling down. That's super fun. I love falling down. I'm not in love with the way this looks, if I'm being honest. I know that's kind of me being judgy. That is just the way I am. I have high standards. I have high standards for my craft. And right now we're not living up to it. That's kind of a terrible thing to say, but at the same time, it comes from a place of I believe in myself. And, okay. And I believe I can do better. And that's not a bad place to be at all. I don't know, that's not too bad. We got a place to stick a torch or whatever. It's kind of like, this would be more of like a Ganon ship. I feel like that's more of like the top of a skull or a pig nose. That's what I'm seeing from this. And honestly, this would really improve with some... Do we have doors? I thought I brought doors. I did not bring doors. Oh, I did. I do have doors. I've literally got them on me. Beautiful. Absolutely splendid. That's gonna bother me forever. Like, I understand, but at the same time, it's like... Because I feel like if I did this, like, wouldn't it kind of switch so that they'd both be opening from the middle? Yeah. Yeah. Why can't I get... Wait, you know how I can get that, though? Genius idea. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, hey, why did... Okay, whatever. Okay. Don't... Alright, cool, cool. That is how I wanted it. That's how we need it done. Awesome. I feel like this stuff would look a lot better once we get some, like, fencing up. I feel like whatever this thing of the ship is called, it actually needs to go up a little bit more. if we're being honest. Just a little bit more. Oh yeah, I actually got on there. Good, good, good. You love to see it. Nice. Okay. And at this point, this part of the ship is really extending out, though. If we're being honest, that might be... Bucket. That's right, bucket. I got distracted. There we go. Bucket. Okay. We aren't gonna need more dirt right now. We are going to, steal that water. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not too far away. Oh dear. That was not ideal. That's not... Oh, that's not how I wanted to do this, is it? Let us... Oh, hey. A fun friend. Thank you for hitting me so many times. Now, if we had a bunch of these, it wouldn't be too bad. Because we could just keep doing that. I grabbed the water, right? I have a water bucket. Guess I was wrong. We are going to need some dirt. Okay. That's fair. And then... about here? Okay. I suppose we are a hungry little guy. Nice. And then where we're going to put the new water is probably... fine like that, right? That's fine. We'll take a nap. We'll see how the ship looks, and then we will adjust it based on how it kind of feels. We're gonna have to add windows. I know that. That's a thing. Down we go. I see the water starting to spread out. I see a guy on fire. That's funny. I see a pokey. I see... Oh, that's still collapsing. That is... undeniably interesting, I suppose. Okay, a lot of guys are just, coming after. Just kind of hanging out. Burning up. In the way. Okay, he stopped. He stopped his pursuit. Love to see it. That's why we try to go to bed early. So we don't have to deal with such aggressive freaks. And also so that nobody messes with my stuff. I feel like we can turn that off in the options, but oh well. It's fine. Just a little more work to do. That actually almost looks like a boat. It's kind of a funky shape. Like the back is really... Honestly, now that we've added the stuff, I don't think the back looks as funky anymore. And I'm sure if we added windows and a mast, that would look pretty cool. That's kind of in the way, but the front still looks kind of wonky to me. But it is a Minecraft ship, and we were just kind of, this was a learning experience. We're kind of winging it. So maybe I'll continue critiquing if the cloud gets out of the way. If it doesn't, that's fine. Is that another blooper cloud? I think it is. I appreciate that some of the clouds are actually like Mario themed clouds. That's kind of cool. I didn't notice that until, what was it, like a few videos ago. At some point I noticed it. Whenever we were fed up with doing stuff and started fishing for like part of a video, that's when I noticed. It's hard to not notice though when you look up at the sky and you just see a giant squid looking at you. That's kind of a... Wow, our boat's gone completely. Look at that. How horrifying. Hours of work erased by mere perspective. To be fair, that is also like the art student life though. Spend hours working on something and then you look at it a little... You flip it in a mirror, or you look at it like 30 feet away or 10 feet away, 20 feet away, and then you realize you screwed it up completely. And it's not a small thing, it's a big thing, so you have to like rework it completely or just start over. Beautiful moments. Not that I know. I only took three or four drawing courses, I don't know. I didn't even take any painting courses. Like we had a course on color our first semester, and that was enough for me. I hate gouache. I still have a bunch of it. Never used it up. Oh well, that's life. That's fine. Honestly, I feel like once we get some mass and sails on this thing though, I'm sure it won't look too bad. Front's a little wonky. The front's a little weak, and then the back is like a brick. But yeah, not too bad for the first time making a big old ship. I'm sure if there were better... I guess to me, what really makes me upset is I couldn't find a step-by-step... Oh, not just one, but 2 or 3? A bunch? Golly, this is... I guess that's just what happens when we hang out here. And it's night, and we're looking... When we let the sun rise and set, that's what happens. I'm not happy about it. But it is a thing that happens. And at least now, the water doesn't go down into a cave, so that's cool. I appreciate that a lot. That is fairly funky. In a good way. Not funky in like a stinky way or in a derogatory way. Funky in a cool way. Look at that. We're going up, 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 up. And we made it to the ship. Cool, cool. So I would like to, for now, we do need to decide where we're going to place some masts and how we're going to actually have a proper way to get up and down. This is kind of unacceptable. So, I do feel like having a mast maybe here. And then, or maybe a little further back. I don't know if we're gonna do 3 or 2. Probably 1. Maybe like here. I feel like that's a good spot. And then, well, maybe a little further back. That's not a lot of room. I don't know. It's fine. It is what it is. It's not like this is a... Okay, so there's one. And if we do one here... Huh. Yeah, that would make it a little hard to have 3, I feel. Like, I guess it's about the same distance as the ones on our ship, but, I don't know. feel like that would be a good point, and then somewhere, I don't know, that's not too terribly bad. Somewhere in here, maybe? Perchance? So, where'd we decide? Closer to this? Yeah, that's a ticket. And then probably like here or here. We're gonna have 3 of them. Okay. I guess that's decided. And now we need a new place to go up and down, don't we? But these are gonna be our masts. You know what? I'm gonna want more water, actually. If we're gonna be donking about. Okay, that kind of got the vertigo going a little bit. Just a tad bit. Just a bit much. Not too terribly awful, but, you know, it's not ideal. Oh. Okay. Thought I heard some sort of springy noise. I don't know if that was the game or if that was me, but, it came from somewhere. Definitely. Now we're above the dirt, and we're on the ship. Sideways was a little better for figuring out where we are. And then what I want to do is boop, 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 boop. And how tall do we make all of this? That is a great question. And also, there we go. That's good enough. I think it's low enough. Aw, man, not my torches. They're just doing their best. Okay, whatever. I suppose we probably should have set up the little bit that does the stuff, you know? There we go. Let's grab all our torchy-doos. Apparently it's not... Oop, nope, stop. Okay. Not good enough to just leave them on the floor. We gotta have them everywhere, apparently. Okay. And we'll have to climb up there. And that's fine. I understand. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Why are you going so down? I guess I changed my perspective and didn't adjust? I don't know. And now it's raining. Beautiful. Oh hey, we didn't lose any torches this time. Cool, cool. Well, as long as it's not gonna thunder on me, that's fair. That's kind of where I draw the line. Alright, and that one's a bit taller. Maybe too much a bit taller. Like, I wanted the center one to be the tallest, but I think it might be a bit too much tallest, you know? Like, we don't... This isn't a sibling rivalry. We're not trying to freak out about this stuff too much, you know? Okay, and honestly, we can probably just keep that one there, right? That's fine. You know what we're doing here. We're doing our best. Gonna try to keep it a little level with the back one. Wherever that... I can't see it. I can barely see it. Okay, we got a ways to go. I think 1 or 2 more. Probably be Maybe one more? It's hard to tell. It might be. We might be done with it. I hope we're done with it. And then we're gonna go to bed. Oh, I cannot reach that area. Dang. Okay, so on our ship, this area in between these two masts, right, is where the entrance to the thingy is. So that's kind of where we're gonna set up our new... Sorry, I had to wipe. Had to scratch my nose. It was all itchy. But I don't like the way we were doing it, and I don't like the way our ship is. I don't know if there's any solutions. Because it's not like we can have a vertical door. And the trapdoors are neat. Oh, you know what would actually be kind of cool? You know what? I'm kind of dumb. I'm actually really dumb, because I forgot that we did a whole bunch of dumb stuff. Okay. Okay. Watch me work here. I've got an idea. We're doing our best. Okay. But we don't need this one. Okay. It's just momentary setbacks at this point. It's fine. We're chugging along. We're getting stuff done. And then this one. I felt footsteps. Somebody is awake, I think. Is that creepy to know? If people are wandering about your house just by the feel of the floor? Maybe. I'm not sensitive to many things. But I am fairly sensitive to, like, the vibrations of floors and stuff. Well, I can't be in really tall buildings for long periods of time, because, like, again, I start getting vertigo pretty bad. Okay. And then... there we go. Boop. And do we have stairs? We do have stairs. Awesome. You love to see it. Oh, I'm dumb. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, but if we put stairs there, we can't have a trapdoor there. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We were just a little off about where things were gonna be, right? Hopefully this whole area can be trapdoor. Okay. And then... well, that was uncalled for, I suppose. And then the ladder? The steps. They're not ladders, they're steps. We step on them when we can. When we're not misplacing them in weird spots. Yeah, who's excited for the Nintendo Switch 2? Any of you guys gonna get pre-orders whenever they go up? I stopped following the news the moment, I mean, I kind of stopped following the news about it after the price, but I also kind of stopped following the news when it's like, oh yeah, pre-orders are delayed, when they'll come out whenever. It's because of the tariffs and the financial situation across the world. Even though we can blame it on one person's economic policy choices. But, you know, we don't blame people here. We don't... I don't know. It's kind of wild. We'll see how things go. Like, honestly, the price isn't bad for what it is, especially if Nintendo's games, and this is a kind of a big if, I don't know, but if Nintendo's very own games work perfectly on it, then the Switch 2 is kind of like a must-have to me personally, because I enjoyed the Switch a lot. I'm very much a Nintendo Switch apologist. I'm guilty of that a lot. But if the Switch 2 actually plays all the games without issues, then yeah, why not? That is what we want. That's a good thing. But I don't know. I am not really convinced so far. I don't know, the specs look good. It's just, you know, it's Nintendo. They're kind of hit or miss on the whole, like, I don't know. Yeah, we've never seen them make we've never seen them make a next gen machine. Like, the last time they actually made something kind of beefy was what? The N64? No, because they didn't go with discs. They stayed with the they kept using the cartridges. That's the word I was looking for, cartridges. And that killed their third-party support. The GameCube wasn't super beefy either. I mean, it was a cool machine. Like, the GameCube and the Nintendo 6... Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. The N64 and the GameCube were my childhood. But, like, they are very underperforming machines. And that's kind of saying a little kindly. I'm gonna regret this, but it's a choice I'm choosing to make. And apparently I did not grab the chest, so that feels fantastic. Let's drop. How do we drop things? Is it? Nope. Nope. There we go. Nope. Not you. Come on. Give me literally anything else. There we go. Give me the chests. There we go. Plantastic. We will stick all the unneeded stuff in them. Call it goodsies. As we fill in. Look at all that wood. I don't know if we're gonna... And even the things that aren't wood. What are we gonna need? Spider eyes, you know? And then I guess we'll grab as much of this stuff as we can. We're believers in the big win-win. But that's a lot of wood. And honestly, thinking about it, we probably should kind of try to focus, or try to... What do I want to say here? We want to make sure we're using the other kinds of woods for the building stuff. I think that would be a smart idea. Otherwise, we're just gonna end up wasting a lot of our time, and we're gonna have to gather more spruce, which is unfortunate. And I don't need the plant. And I do have some dark whatever, and that's cool. Make some dark oak planks. Well, I guess we're just zooming it out. Okay. And then let's make a bunch of chests. Of course, we're eating up. Okay. And then, maybe we should actually put the spruce away so we don't accidentally consume it all, so we can have an absurd amount of chests. That would not be good. I know we did lose one, but I didn't notice it. I don't know how many chests we need. So, oh yeah, there goes our oak. And this is an excessive amount, but that's fine. Because this ship is gonna be full of treasure chests. Definitely. And then. Honestly, we could do up that. That'd kind of block the window, which is kind of a no-go. Yeah, we can definitely put a lot of... Oh. Okay. And where's our... There. Nope. No. Oh, I guess, yeah, we did the thing. Good. And then... Heck yeah. It's almost like this is how things should have been all along. Okay, for some reason it doesn't want to put something there. Oh, can they not be kitty-cornered from each other? Is that how it is? I feel like I remember that. Yeah, for whatever reason. Okay. That's fair. That's life. I got it. I don't like it, but I got it. And then, honestly, let's grab the spruce again, and let's get all the mass kind of finalized, figured out, dealt with, whatever. This is kind of some luxurious living. After living in that cramped little ship for so long, this is gonna be kind of nice. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be playing this version of Minecraft, but hey, at least we made a bigger ship, solely for the convenience of whatever we've got going on in the future. Now, if only we made a really quick way to get from here to the other ship, and any other ships we make in the future. Like, that'd be perfection right there. That'd be really cool. Alright, so now we need to make a thing. We need to make a bunch of things. I don't know if we've got the things to make the things, but I want to believe we can. So that's an iron trapdoor. I want oak trapdoor, spruce trapdoor, birch trapdoor, jungle trapdoor. That looks kind of cool. Acacia trapdoor. I don't even think we have any acacia trees here. That's too bad. We're missing out on biomes. Like, we don't have any of the polar biomes, do we? That sucks. Dark oak trapdoor. That actually looks really cool. But I would have to say, spruce one is the one on the other pirate ship. Huh. And everything else is spruce anyway, so we might as well, right? It would match. How many do we need? 12? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Almost the right number of doors, I suppose. And that should be perfect. And then, how do we place these? Not a fan. Okay, so they need to be placed... Okay, they can go either way. Beautiful. But how do we place them? What determines where the thingies go? I suppose that is my next question. Okay. As long as we're standing like that. Oh, that's gonna bother me. It's not symmetrical. Okay. Oh boy. Nope, not what I wanted. That's a recall. We don't want that. And I suppose the downed ones, or maybe the up ones, could be an issue as well. I don't know how this works. And that's not what I wanted to do either. That's kind of funny. That's kind of... we got a little impromptu gate. Okay, so that will let us... Beautiful. And then if we just want to fall, we can. If we ever want to fall. Awesome. Love it. Love to see it. I forget. It's hard to align ourselves. I'm not completely aligned. Whether it's chiropractically, chakrally, in general, not aligned. Okay. Okay, let's just... We've made some good progress on the ship. This is actually starting to look like a proper ship. At least from here. At least from here. This is kind of a mess. And honestly, I think the thing that would make this less of a mess would be to raise it up from our point of view. So like have steps here, like as a straight line, and maybe get rid of this. Like, is this necessary? No, it's not. Beautiful. So that might be the next actual step. Is actually just raising this up. And at least from this perspective too, that would make that look a little less weird. And then I think all we really need to do here is just add some fencing. Maybe a thing to pretend like we've got an actual, like, you know, the captain's wheel, whatever that's called, the wheel thingy. I'm blanking on its name. But yeah, we're getting there. It's unfortunate we have to undo all the work. Some of the work we did. That's always a little sad. And it's getting dark, so we should go to bed, so we don't have creeps wandering around underneath us, touching my stuff, prolonging our adventure. Oh, I regret what I did. We didn't do a good thing. Okay, it warped us off. I was gonna say, sometimes if you have a block above your bed, it just destroys you. And that's okay. That's life. We probably should have thought of that when we were doing stuff. Okay. I'm gonna stick you there, actually. I don't know what we're... You know what? We can just have a single chest there. That's fine. That's fine. We'll make another bed. We'll double bed it up. And I guess another question is, do we want to divide this up into another separate room? I know our way of entering our ship was we literally dug a hole into it and added a door. How do we want to enter this ship? Because just going up a thing of water isn't going to be feasible forever. And like, it would be kind of cool to make like if we farmed a lot of sheep, a lot of Koopas, and then made a giant like wool bridge. That'd be kind of cool, like make it like a giant cloud bridge that our ship's riding on. That'd be neat. But it seems like that's a lot of work. A lot of work. Well, I don't know. I don't really know how I want to take this. Where I want to take this. There we go. Let's get some sticks and let's make some fence posts and then, oh yeah, we need to do the thing. We need to do the thing. Turn this into stuff. Thank goodness we got rid of all those trees. I knew the wood would be good for something. We always need sticks. We always need something. That is an annoying noise. That is maxing out the sound right there. Awesome. And actually, we need to do one other thing. We need to make... Oh, we don't have any blocks of wood, of course. That's fair. That's fine. And that's what we need, right? We need a thing of wood. Yeah, we need a lot of wood. Gosh darn, man, that... eating up all of our whatevers. Okay. Hopefully that's all we need. I do not know. I'm on the fence about it. Ha 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 ha. Got a lot of sticks though, so that's cool. Well, that was cool. I mean, it's more for aesthetic than anything. Because, not like we're filling in all the little gappy poos. I mean, we should, I guess. We should. Do we have more? We got some more spruce. We need more spruce blocks. We'll try to do this in a way that's semi-intellectual. Semi-proving we can think. I've got a brain. I've got a mind. I can do things. That is true. Yet to be determined. Gotcha. So, we still got a lot of fencing to put up. I need a lot of spruce. I need a lot of spruce. I need... There we go. Unfortunate. What a way to be. Okay. At least it's not like we've left ugly gaps. That's good. That's beautiful. I mean, surely we could have done a little bit more. But also, we could have done a whole lot less. So I'm not going to judge myself on this too much, too terribly much. There we go. I mean, like, we could have... we probably should, actually. We probably should baby... We're gonna block ourselves from ever going upstairs ever again. Don't have to baby-proof anything if there are no babies to proof. Yep, yep. And there we go. And that is that. Okay, I just had to make sure. I was doubting it for a second. I was full of doubts for a hot minute there. Let's see if we have more oak, and then we will fill in this floor, and then we'll see. Come on, get down there. Get down there. Into the thing. It's not the brig, is it the hold? I don't know, ship terms, actually. Somebody who spent so much time living in a ship. Okay, and then we need also to get some planks. Is this all the planks I get? Yeah, it is. I don't come with good jokes. I just come with whatever I've got. Preloaded with... not even preloaded. Barely scrambling on for the good stuff. Okay. And then we... Huh. Do we do it like... this? And then do it like that? Not too bad. From my perspective, that's actually kind of neat. There we go, that doesn't look too bad. Could be better, but you know. It is what it is. Honestly, I kind of wonder, can we... That's kind of a risky business right there. Okay, let's redo this thing a little bit. Just a tad. Tiddly taddly do. There we go. There we go. We've got a proper whatever now. And then we hopefully have enough fencing to do this. I don't know if we do. Kind of dread having to use up more of our good old spruce for this, but it's fine. It's okay. No. Really? Well, I mean, it's not like anybody is kind of expected to get up here, though. So I guess it's fine either way. I don't like that. That's... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Although I suppose we could just bring the whole... get rid of the stair there and bring it up all the way. That could work. I don't really like it, but it's a way to do it. And it's not like having a step there was actually helping anything. So we'll do what we can. And that's also another... I don't know. I'm having reservations about this, actually. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Not at all. Although it does kind of look better then. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. And I guess that's fine, but again, kind of makes it feel a little more closed off like it was before. Maybe not, I don't know. I mean, I kind of liked how opened it was with all the steps, but what can we do? Let's go to bed. I want to do this in the sunlight. This time we don't have to worry about waking up into a block. Although it spits us out on the side, so I don't think that would happen either way, but we can still be worried. It's okay. A little unprompted worrying is fine. That's what gets us through the day, isn't it? Okay, I'm up here. Beautiful, beautiful. That was almost perfect. So sad it wasn't. Okay. At least we've almost got everything we need to do stuff up here. Okay, that should be enough. We won't need too many. I hope we don't need more than this. That would start to get me creased a little bit. A little upset. Okay, how can I... There we go. Here we are. Is that what we did? Yeah, we did that. Cool, cool. And then, what we should do is actually, yeah. You're not allowed to do that on the skyship. If it's ship on the ground, it's fine, but we've got a safety railing for a reason here. Deal with it. We do not accept that you can have accidents. We do not believe that you're allowed to have accidents. This is not an accident allowed zone. We're in the sky and bad things happen. It's like that Bob's Burger song. Bad things happen in the bathroom, except in the sky. I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers while doing sculpture, and it's been pretty neat. I realized I stopped watching the show really early in its run. I can't believe there's 15 seasons, and it's got renewed for 2 more or something. Fascinating. Pretty cool, I guess. And then what I want to do is I would love to... Well, can't always get what we want, I suppose. Though I suppose we can also go to the dirt platform and grab stuff that jumped away from us. That's okay. If anything actually did that, we can deal with it. And then what I want to do is grab some of this. Make a dumb little... I mean, we're not going to jump. That would be silly. Utterly ridiculous. Actually, yeah, that's the way to do it. Have a 2-step, whatever. Okay. There we go. I like this. I think this is kind of neat. Not particularly anything, but it's kind of neat. I don't really have an idea of what we're gonna put there, but it's fine. And then we do we have glass? I have glass. Oh, I have it on me. Beautiful. I could have just been glassing it up. Anything else? Anything else on my mind? Anything else in my head that I need, that I want? We got a lot of torches. That's beautiful. We've got a lot of torches. We don't need to skimp on torches. Beautiful. Okay. Let's grab anything that we knocked out. Go to the dirt platform and then... Okay. I suppose, though, we should check. Should check. It's fine. Whoop! Whoop! And then at a certain point, we need to get rid of this dirt pillar. Oh, we can see the sun through the cloud because the cloud gets rid of whatever's above it. I'm guessing in Minecraft logic there shouldn't be anything above the clouds. Like most of the time there won't be. So it doesn't bother being like, oh yeah, there's stuff up there in the sky. Nope. If the cloud's going, we can sow the sun through the cloud. It's fine. Fascinating. That's kind of cool. I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe they should design their game better. They spent a fair amount of time doing it. Well, that's kind of rude. That's kind of rude to say, isn't it? Make a better game. Why don't I make a better game? I couldn't make a better game. Why am I being so rude to these people? I guess because I can. And no one stopped me. Okay. Like, on one hand, I don't like how blocky everything is, but at the same time, like, I do like having the fencing working. So, it's a compromise. It's a little dumb compromise you have to make. And then, okay, so there is a center point. We made it so that it, yeah. Okay. Cool. And then, there we go. There we go. We're just trying to make sure everything's kind of fully lit up. I don't expect anything to spawn here, but you never know. It's fine. It's a-okay. Also, it's just one little thing. Kind of cap off our little ship. This isn't a pleasure cruise. This is a, I don't know, warship? Is that a term? I think so. Warship is a term. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp. And then, there we go. And I fell down. I fell off. Okay. And where's the next one on this corner? And then where's the next one on this corner? Allegedly. Okay, so it is right there. Then there's one probably. Is it on the... I can't see from that angle. It's kind of funky. Let me get up here. Okay, so this one is... yeah. On the far side. Gotcha. I can't get there from there. Okay, that's fine. We can wind our way around. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Gotcha. That's why it looks different to me. I see what I did. So on this side, come on, let's get up. Oh my gosh. I'll get it. We will get this as soon as possible. There we go. Or was it? No, it was this one, right? Or was it? Yeah, it's not this one. Thanks, Torch. Why would you do that? Because, yeah. Wait a second, what? Okay, I kind of understand what I did here. And I also understand that I need it to be nighttime sooner than later. Because, yeah, this needs to be a fence post, I think. Okay, whatever. Can I? There we go. There we go. And I think that should make it more or less what we need it to be. We have made a fair amount of progress, I would say. Still gotta make a lot more. Wait, I just need to double check. Is this? Yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. And then we just need to add a torch. Here? Oops, wrong thing. There we go. And then we can add glass here. We don't have to worry about falling out. Get a nice little view. I really should add windows in general. I feel like that would be a smart thing to do. And also add some lights. That's good. That is a much needed feature. We need light. Okay. So we're gonna add some windows. And then we should probably go down there and see if there's stuff to collect. Wolf on the mud. And off it. You never know. And we should eat stuff too. Gotta. And we should get all this dirt at some point. Get all the random stacked dirt that we can. So where is... Do we have a torch that dropped? Or did we grab it and I just didn't hear the sound? Sometimes that happens. I'm not... Oh, no. There it is. Okay. Perfect. Perfection. I mean, while we're down here, we might as well take a look at the old shipperoo. Gotta remember there's lava. Gotta remember there's lava. I would be very unhappy if we, burnt everything we had on us. Some of it's not too bad, but some of it, like the map, and all the wood, that would be painful to have to re-get it again. I'm also not a fan of all the snow. This isn't a snow place. This is supposed to be my my Bowser Kingdom Hellland. Like, what are you doing? So the masts look fine. I know we can't really see the ship because of the clouds. But it looks kind of okay. I feel like the mast is a little less, or not the mast, the whatever the thing that goes off the ship is, whatever that's called. It's looking a little weird. I don't know. We probably have to add steps to the bottom of it and then maybe make it extend a little bit more. Like have it have like this the long flat piece on the front. I don't know. Yeah, the two windows kind of make that look fine. I mean, they're kind of small in comparison to like everything, but it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. And I'm sure once we get some windows in the side of it, it'll start looking a little better. Yeah, definitely adding the mast, adding that piece. I assume adding the fencing helps with making it look like a ship. I mean, the fencing's kind of making it look a little complicated. But I think that's just, you know, it's Minecraft. This is at a distance. It's functional, so we're not going to complain about it. It serves a purpose, and that purpose is keeping me from falling off the edge. Okay, let's watch this cloud go by and then hope that none of the other ones come through while we're looking at our dumb little boaty boo. But yeah, we definitely need to add the cross sections on the mats so we can, and like a crow's nest, you know, the lookout nest, and then add the little cross sections so we can add sails. And then, we are going to have to figure out how we are going to get up there, though. That is definitely a thing. We could just nether portal our way up there. That'd be kind of inconvenient. But it's not the worst. It's not the worst option, I guess. It's not the most terrible. I don't know. We got a big old cloud coming in, so that's all the viewing we're gonna get on this, I suppose. Although I suppose we could just have a big old, I'm gonna keep falling and damaging myself. We could just have a big old like flying water area, I suppose. And have that be like a way up to it, and then have a door in the side of it or underneath it. I don't know. I don't really like that as an option, personally. I'm not really into it. But I guess it's not the worst thing ever. And I am enjoying this a fair amount. I do like this. This is pretty cool. Boop. It's fine. Wait, actually, you know what we could do? We could do that. That's a little bit better, I feel. Trying to make sure this place is properly... I mean, it was properly illuminated before, but we're kind of going overkill. A little overboard. And imagine if you just set a bed right there. Or just like 3 beds in a row to make one big master bed. That could be funny. That could be cute. Or you could just do chest blocking part of the window, you know? So that people can see, like, we've got all the treasure we need right here. It was always all about the treasure. I don't know. Oh, I put these in different... Wait a second. What the huh? Oh. I understand now. I got it. I did not go all the way down on one of those sides. And that's fair. That's actually... I kind of like that more. I think that's a good choice. Oh, I accept that. I accept that that's a good choice. Hopefully. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I think this is kind of a bit too many. A bit too many of the single chests, you know? Maybe that's fine. Ah, no, I don't like that. That's gonna be too blocking. We've already got chests on the side. Let's not make this a horrible thing. It doesn't have to be a horrible thing. It already has so many chests blocking the windows and stuff. It's fine. This is a much larger treasure room. And if we do need to add more, we can. We can add more if we need to. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned at this point. And also, we can just do that too. Because we didn't use slabs. So now we get to put chests on the floor and it doesn't screw anything up. How wonderful is that? The bad thing is actually, let me get rid of this one. We'll do that. And now I'm realizing you can't get out. Okay, that was a dumb choice. If we're gonna put chests anywhere, it's gotta be on the other side. There we go. Okay, I got it. I'm with it. I'm here for it. I know what's going on. Beautiful. And I don't know if this would be a spot big enough for our enchantment area, but hopefully it is. I appreciate that it's nighttime and it's raining. And I never really decided if we're going to add like partitions and like make this just let it stay a big old enclosed space, or if we're gonna, it's fine, we can partition it. I don't know. Do we want to have like windows? Would we want to? Hey buddy, little torch friend. Nope, not what I want. Okay. So do we want 2 doors again, or just the one? Oh no, we can do 2. I like the 2. I like the 2. It's kind of a cute little thing. And honestly, yeah, we can do it either way, can't we? We could just close it off and let it be a closed thing. Or we could have little windows if we want. Like, there's no reason not to. We could do it however we want to. How do I want to do this? That is a good question. Nope. Okay. Interesting. So that leads to this part of the ship. And then do one about here, I would say. There we go. And then, boop, boop. And that is our, nope. I mean, that's interesting. That's the opposite of what I wanted, actually. Nope, that's not what I wanted at all either. How do we do doors? How do you do doors? How do we do doors good? That's not what I wanted. You're not helping me help me make doors good. Okay. So does it put the, nope, okay. I was kind of wondering if it puts the handle closer to where your cursor is, but I don't think that's the thing. I think it just, it does what it wants to do. Clearly we figured it out, but still. What a way to be. So we now have our 3 partitions for the hold, the under part of the ship. Got the little front room, the main middle room, and then the good old back room. That's cool. We've got a lot of space on this ship. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of getting excited, actually. I know it's been a lot of playing with it, a lot of struggling, but this is kind of cool. I'm actually somewhat happy, and I know we've had to cut some corners and had to make some concessions. But this is actually looking like a ship, and that's really awesome. I'm happy. That's cool. So what were we going to do? What are we going to do next? What do we need to do now? I would like to make windows, I think. If we can. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's probably fair. Like every 2 from this room. Be fine. Right? Yeah. Did I hear a llama? I thought I heard a llama. And so that would be 1, right? 1, 2, so this would be where 1 would be, so 1. That's where 1 would be. Then here we are. Right? Yeah. And then 1 goes right there. And we'll just try to keep them every 2 as much as we can. There's 1 there, so there should be 1 here. Although I feel like, yeah, that's probably the last one. And honestly, if we're being really honest, there really shouldn't be any up in this part at all, now that I'm thinking about it. But it's fine. It's a little more light. And then this would actually be where 1 is, right? Yeah. Okay. That's fair. This room has the big back window, so it's okay. Then 1 more there. And honestly, that one, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. There was a part of me thinking, yeah, maybe we should just leave that be wood, but it's fine. It's fine either way, right? A little brighter. A little happier. Kind of want to get a good look at how it looks now. It's not going to be any real different, but I do want to see how the windows look. Because I'm always a little concerned about how things look. Sometimes they look fine on the inside, but the outside looks garbagey. And sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes things look really garbage on the inside, but they look really nice on the outside. It's all about the aesthetic at a certain point. Or if you're just really, really into appearances, if you're really vain, then it's all about that external shell. It's all about, yeah, like the spots where we excluded the windows, but since it's kind of like a skip every so often, that's kind of fine. I do think that back window, the back set of windows, could probably be skipped. I know we didn't get to see too much of it. And honestly, we may not get to see too much more. It really depends how fast these clouds want to drift. How much longer they're gonna impede our viewing. And the sun is going down, so we're gonna want to get it back up there before too long. Either way. So maybe once we get a good look, unless it goes sundown and we can't see anything anyways, we might want to get rid of that dirt column. And then maybe get rid of the back windows. Maybe the front windows too. I don't know. It's gonna depend how it looks overall. Come on, Cloud. I need you to just drift through this stuff. I need to see more of my vote. Let me see more of my ship, please. Oh, Cloud, you're killing me. You're killing me, Clouds. At least there aren't any more coming up. And I kind of wonder if we can't add more. I don't know. Like the top back room, like the captain's quarters or whatever. It might be a good idea. Like, I don't think that's bad, but we might want to get rid of definitely the back set of windows, I think, are kind of unnecessary. And probably that front pair too. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it's not a big deal. It can go either way. But I do think hey baby, oh, I'm yawning. Oh my. And like maybe we should have chosen to do the walls after we did the windows. Then we could have done them in between, as opposed to letting the. But at the same time, it's like, but the stairs up would also block, so it's not really that big of a deal. Something would always be blocking it the way we're doing it, so it's fine. Okay. I kind of like this though. I do appreciate having the ones up here. But I can kind of understand that the ones back here, right here, are kind of weird. Sucks to lose 2 pieces of glass. That's life. And like it's fine because we do have this big old window. It's fine. Just what are we gonna fill this up with? That's not chests. That's what the question becomes about. And honestly, if we were being serious, we'd have like a bed here. We just have a bunch of beds. This would just be like living quarters, maybe. I know that wouldn't work on a real ship because that's where the ladders are and every. I mean, I feel like a real ship is kind of like that too, where it's more about economics than comfort. Like at least for like a war vessel or like a vessel that's just that's got a job, you know. Okay, so let's get rid of that dirt and then, well, first before we get rid of the dirt, I do want to do two things and just, well, you know what? Actually, that's not good. Right? Yeah, that's gonna keep that from opening. Okay. Not entirely a silly Billy. I mean, a little bit, sometimes, usually all the time. And then, okay, that's right. It wouldn't let me play stuff. If it would block stuff. That's right. Gotta appreciate that. Gotta appreciate that much, right? Then we can place a torch. Place a torch. I mean, we don't have to do that. That's excessive. We can open that up, and then we've got our way up and down. Hooray! And I was gonna do a thing, wasn't I? I was gonna get rid of stuff we don't need for our ongoing mission abroad. Outgoing mission. We don't have to worry about losing everything as we wander about. Really just need the... There we go. And even then, it's not like we need all of this, because we are going to do a thing first. Oh, you know what we really need? We need a... We have an extra bed, or is this bed the extra bed? That is my question. I believe that bed is our extra bed. Okay. I mean, there might be one down there, so we'll check the outpost before we head out too far. Okay, that was not ideal. And then we get to dig all this stuff up. Or down, or whatever. Very exciting things. Digging. Can you believe it's almost been 2 hours? I don't know, on one hand, it doesn't really feel like it, because it doesn't feel like we've done that much, but at the same time, it's like we've kind of done a fair amount with the ship. We have transformed it. And can you imagine, it started off as just a simple, like, rectangle of wood. Progress. Although I still believe we should work on the front on the outside. The exterior front and the exterior sides need some work, but we'll get to it when we get to it. For now, I'm gonna celebrate having a livable space. As we all should. We should all celebrate our livable space achievements, I guess. Especially as it gets harder and harder for individuals to actually have their own independent livable spaces. You know, if you have one, celebrate it. Definitely love it. As somebody who lives with their parents, like, celebrate what you can do on your own. If you've done stuff on your own, if you're doing stuff on your own. Or if you're doing stuff with your family, you know? It's okay. As long as your space works for you, that's fine. And then I would like to just double check. the outpost and see if we've got any beds. And then this time we're gonna fill out the map, and next video, we are going to start doing netherrack again. I don't know if I'm feeling up to it, but we'll try. I hear a guy, but I don't see a bed. I see a boat. Okay. Pish. Posh. Okay, that's no fun. But that's why we have the outpost, I guess. And now we're going to try to fill out this map as best we can without a calamity happening. That would be really bad. We want to avoid calamities. It's always been my goal in life to avoid the next calamity. I'm not somebody who handles stress well. Never have been, never will be. And maybe you could argue and say that that's actually making me a weaker person. That's probably true. I don't know, that's probably true. But yeah, we're exploring a little bit. I say exploring. We've been through these areas a billion times at this point, I would say. See, there's a little question block that I put there. There's an outpost that I made. It is what it is. I do appreciate like the council versions having small worlds, and on some levels it's neat because you get to explore the whole world and you can kind of have like, I wouldn't say mastery, but you know, it's neat. It's kind of, it's a little more personable. It kind of opens you up for exploring, even though it's kind of disappointing to explore. Because you don't have to worry about getting lost so much. Once you know what's going on, it's really hard to, I'm just gonna have to wander around a bit, aren't I? Okay. Okay, let's go around the stupid mountain. Okay, that was bad. Could have fallen in there. Huh. Trees that are all up on their sides, huh? Hey, you. How's it going? And then, let's see. We've gotten that part pretty much all filled in. Let's wander through here. Get that little nugget of map filled in. Looks like it is completely filled in now. So let's find an outpost, because it looks like the sun is going down. And I'm not seeing an outpost. Oh, I am. I'm seeing two of them. I'm seeing multiple. In fact, I feel like we are fairly close to home. In the home mothership, I would say. We are actually... I mean, we're not that close, but we're also not that far away. Oof. Oh yeah, cool. Come on. Give me the old aerial view of this stuff. Here's our floating outpost. Anything in the chest? Nope, of course not. Why? Very bay outpost. Okay. Thank you for warping me outside. I appreciate that somehow. And then we want to go to that other... to that triangle. The unknown triangle. Man, if only we had the what's-em-a-pops at the around the world rail, but set up better. So we could go into the interior of the world too. That'd be pretty cool. If we had made the whole rail system set up so that you could go across the entire world if you wanted to, and set up around it. Yeah, I like and I dislike the council world sizes. Like on one hand, it's really cool to explore and just have one map and just kind of learn it, figure it out. At the same time, the thing I dislike the most is that you're never going to get all the biomes. And even though it's a fairly, like the Wii U is still a fairly early version of Minecraft, there's still a lot of biomes that we could have that we don't have. Like one of the worlds I was playing before I started recording, like when this game first came out, like that world didn't have any villages at all. Like, I don't know. Like that's a very weird thing. A very unfortunate thing, I would say. And I know villages aren't biomes, but they are a thing you're looking for. And there are a lot of, like, those kinds of things where if they don't spawn, like, that really sucks. Not that I trade with villagers or, like, do villager husbandry as much as other people do. Or at all. I like to keep villages safe. I'll make a wall around them. I'll torch them up. Fix them up if they need it, I don't mind. It's a waste of a day, but like, so is everything else. What is this cave? I don't know where we are, actually. I don't know, I feel like the biggest reason I'm lost because I'm not moving in a way where I can easily identify where I am. And that's fine. Okay, we've gone too far up. That's fair. We're gonna hit a river at some point, maybe. Okay, and then we're gonna hit the village. That's what this area is. Okay. Our little village and mountain whatever's. Okay. We can run around this whole thing and then go down. That's no problem in my book. I enjoy this kind of stuff. Unless we can't go around it. In which case, that's kind of bad. Okay. Works out. We don't need to go around it, we just need to keep going this way, I guess. Funky. Alright, let's, this is really hard to do with a map in our hand, I'm gonna be honest. Not exactly ideal. That doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. That doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. I feel like we've reached the pinnacle of what we can achieve. Just hopping around, climbing. Probably should have brought a pickaxe, if we're being honest. But I'm not being honest, I don't really care. It's fine. As long as we don't fall into a pit, as long as we don't fall off a cliff, it's fine. Yikes. Alright, that one looks fine, that one looks fine, that one looks fine, that one looks fine. Okay. Whatever. We got a little nugget. Gotta readjust our trajectory, our wherever we're going. We want to head right for that lava, I'd say. Okay. Or maybe just in general, the neat floaty arc mountain, whatever it is. Where's my map? Yeah, we're gonna head more towards the lava, I guess. Okay. I also appreciate that according to our map, we do have snow on the nether that's being seen on the map. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of cute. And then we can probably just keep going this way, and then we'll sweep through and head east, west, I don't know. I assume the top is north, and we're just gonna we're going south, and we're gonna turn east. And we're just gonna swoop up the rest of the stuff in one fell go. Allegedly. If we don't fall to our doom, what's gonna happen? We could fall, we could... You never know. Sometimes life throws you that curveball. Sometimes it's not even about life throwing the curveball. Sometimes it's you choosing not to look at the things around you. And thus you are caught unaware by something that anybody else would not have missed because their eyes are open. They're not on their cell phone. They're not on their map. They're not donking around. What's up with you? What's up with me? We know what's up with us. We are on a quest. I saw the arrow move slightly to the right, and it's like, okay, that's because I'm also strafing. Very cute. Very nice. Let us knock out this bit, and then go east, and then knock out what we've got. I do appreciate that our boat is big enough to be seen on the map as well. That's pretty cool. I mean, you can argue that both of our ships are big enough, but I don't know. I barely see. I think you can argue that the other ship actually isn't. I mean, I think you can, but we definitely see our main ship, or our new ship, the new ship. That's what we're gonna call it. Sorry, I needed to wipe my nose again because it was itchy. Excuse me if I get resituated and eat some more. We should probably eat some more. And now let's pull out that map. Is that... Yeah, that's still filling in. Okay. We can move this way. Hello, horse. Would you like to be my friend? You got cute eyes, but they're kind of uncanny. They're like an Attack on Titan critter's eyes, I suppose. And then at this point, we just need to put the map away. Okay, that's not too bad. I was afraid that was going to be pretty darn terrible. Oh, that is kind of terrible. What you doing, buddy? Are you trying to hurt me? Okay, if we're not careful, we're going to end up in a bad time. Okay, we've avoided having a bad time. Barely. And here we are, continuing to journey across this world with a piece of paper in our face. It would be heroic if it wasn't so utterly idiotic. What I say about enjoying exploring these worlds, I don't know. I say things all the time. That's me. I'm a guy who talks. I usually don't say anything important, but you know, I like to keep that. Okay, we gotta get up here somehow. Some way. Not quite time to say. I mean, it is time to say goodbye, actually. It is 2 hours in, about. I don't want to go. I want to go through the mountain. I don't want to go. And also, it's nighttime now, so I kind of want to find an outpost and hang out there. Oh, hey, we found a village, actually. Okay, I know where we are now. Gotcha. Did we make this village have a... Let me get in here, please. Oh, there's an outpost too. Okay, we don't have to worry about the village then. We can just do it up however we want. Oh, hey, I see you. Creepy guy. Yeah, I heard you growl. We'll eat something. Pull our map out. Decide where we need to go, and then... So we just need to get into those woods a little bit better. Okay. Alrighty. We got this. Aw, okay. Whatever. Almost got this, I suppose. Almost got this. We just gotta go around the village. And here we are. Look at that. At this point, I feel like most of this should be... I feel like it should be entirely filled in. Okay, we are... Come on, get me out of these trees. I need to... Yeah, let's punch with the map. Jab, 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 map, map, map. Yep, yep, yep. And yeah, I feel like that's the map being filled in completely. This is our Super Mario Island. Pretty neat. Pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, as much as I like the cool airship, I am going to be a little honest that I think we went too far. We're a little too far north. Okay. I do think that it being in the air and trying to keep up with the aesthetics of like having it be an airship might lend it to being a bit too difficult to actually use as a convenient home, you know? That's just me. It's kind of an opinion I have. And we've got all our farm stuff here. Okay, that's cool. We missed some items. I don't really understand how that works, but you know, it somehow does. That's somehow how this thing happened. Like, yeah, that looks okay. But it's a lot shorter. And also, if you see, like, those come off. So that makes sense. And that's kind of, like, a little wonky. But, you know, it's fine, because it's got that small curve, and then a big curve, and then it doesn't curve, and then big curve. And it's only got the 2 windows. And I guess it would only have the 3, right? Yeah, it's only got the 3 sets of windows. And I guess it does have those. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. But yeah. There's the treasure map we whatevered, and then we do have where's our other item thingy? There we go. And where do I want to put this? Maybe... Look at that. Is that the icon for where we place the map? I think so. I think that's just the icon for that's where the map is placed. I don't know. It's covering our boat, so it's really hard to see. It's a little hard to see if it's bigger than that boat. But look at our airship. It's on the map. That's all our nether stuff. This is the little granite condo we made, the little lodge. We can't really see the village. I mean, you can see the step we made. Oh. Is that why we can't see the rail? It's the literal border of the world. I didn't notice that before. And also the reason it's brown instead of gray is because the rail on top, isn't it? Okay. Gotcha. Beautiful. I understand now. Okay. And then we can kind of see the village. We don't see any of the fencing around it, and that's fine. It's kind of whatever. But yeah, honestly. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun looking at this map. I wish I had a better perspective on it though. Honestly, let's. Oop. Okay. Move it somewhere else, actually. But I can kind of get a bit of a zoom out on it. Although if we got rid of the HUD, it would probably look a little better. But yeah, this is what we did. We made an airship. We worked on our airship and we filled in the map. Next time we'll work on the airship a little bit more and we'll probably mine some netherrack and hopefully get back to that nether project. Oh hey! Which way is north? Could you please tell me? Which way is north? I don't know, you see. But yeah, I assume this is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. That's the way I'm going to that's the way I decide. It's how these both were originally oriented, so that's the way I'm choosing to believe that's how it is. Look at our little farm. We got our horse stable, we got our probably wheat farm. No, that's probably the sheep farm. There's the wheat farm. Our little ship. The lake. The bigger bay area. This is pretty cool. I appreciate it. So thank you for hanging out with me this time. I just wanted to eat carrots. Yeah, thank you for... I actually need to do one more thing before we close it. Okay, the door is closed. Good. Good. I know I'm pretty bad about that, so I'm glad I closed the door. And you know what we should do real quick? Just a once over on the ship. Like, I knew we had that, and I don't really care. I'm not a big fan of this. Like, it looks aesthetically neat, but it's not... I don't like having it open. And then this is how this is, so it's not that big. And also the masts was on this. Okay. So the masts are a little closer together in this version. And then, okay, so that had a step there. Gotcha. And it's only 2 wide. And then, so it's not really that different than ours, other than ours is a bit taller, I think. Does not have that little steppy do. And our ladders come out, I think they come out about the same, actually. Or maybe our ladders were, or not ladders, our steps were like even with this, or like just jutting out from here, I want to say. And then our top part is a little different. Although I did edit some of this just so I could, I changed some of it just so I could fit on the bookshelf. I wanted the full enchanting whatever. You know, that's just how it is. And it's not like we're going to abandon this ship because all our stuff's here. All our dogs are here. The horses are here. We're not going to abandon this place. But it might be nice to move some of the stuff onto the flying one that's a little harder to reach, especially if we make it way harder to reach. Like, that could be the way to go. Yeah. Not looking forward to having to make sails for the other airship. I know we struggled to figure out a pattern we'd like. And like, I don't know, this is fair enough. It's clear in what it is, right? It's a very simple skull. So yeah, that was, I would love to move out of something that's so cramped though. This is tiny. Tiny. How do we get through over 80 episodes of living here? I say over 80. It took us 1 or 2 days to figure out that we could live here. But yeah, we have definitely done a bunch of stuff. At this point, I don't know. Is it worth it to keep going, or should we move on to a different adventure? But I'm still kind of enjoying seeing what we can do in this world, and it is fun to see what things we do that change up things, I guess. If that makes sense. Like, I always want to do something with those islands. I do want to do something with one of the dumb, tall, like, snow-covered mountains. I don't know. I feel like we still haven't done enough. We've spent so much time here, and we've only scratched, like, the surface. If that. We really haven't scratched the surface at all. It's a finite world, and yet we could be donking around with it for years and never really fully realize the full potential. Which is kind of neat, I guess. It's kind of cool. Also a little scary when you think about the full scope of what Minecraft offers. If you're willing to go totally wacko with it and spend decades, years, hundreds, thousands, millions of hours of time. I don't know. Kind of makes me sad that we only have one life to live. And spending a lot of it on anything could be seen as a tragedy, right? And yet we live at a time where we could, I don't know, like, what's the difference between spending like 10,000 hours playing Minecraft, 10,000 hours reading books, or 10,000 hours like playing sports? I don't know. I suppose it's what you get out of it. Hopefully you are living and doing things where you get a lot out of it. Hopefully you're getting as much as you can out of your life. And even more hopefully, you're giving some of that back to somebody else, you know? A little give, a little take. Equivalent exchange, you know, like Full Metal Alchemist. There we go. Or like Flowey. Don't kill and don't be killed. So I'll leave you guys with those kinds of thoughts. I'll see you next week. Bye.